Welcome back to the channel, all you beautiful guy or lady. I'm RonMan, and today we're taking a look at Darkwing Duck for the NES. Darkwing Duck for the NES is based off the early 90s cartoon of the same name and bears a strong resemblance to Mega Man, so it's no surprise that it was developed and published by Capcom. Despite the similarities to Mega Man, however, Darkwing Duck is still its own game with its own identity. Upon starting a new game, you're told that a crime wave has broken out, and Fowl, a criminal organization led by Steelbeak, is responsible. So your job is to bring all the criminals to justice and collect all the stolen loot. At first you're given a level select, though you only have access to the first 3 levels. After you clear these, you're given access to 3 more. After that, it's the final level. You can walk, jump, and shoot just like Mega Man, but Darkwing Duck has a few different tricks up his sleeve. If you press and hold up on the D-pad, Darkwing will hold up his cape and block small projectiles. Pressing and holding down will allow you to duck. You can also shoot while ducking. Perhaps the biggest difference between this and Mega Man is that you can cling on to some ledges, which overall adds a different dynamic to the platforming. Sometimes when a game adds its own thing, it's not always a good thing. Thankfully, Darkwing Duck, it's a great thing. This game is fantastic. It provides a familiar yet refreshing experience. Darkwing's weapon is the gas gun. Throughout the levels, you can pick up different gas adapters, which of course, change your attack. For example, the arrow gas not only damages enemies, but you can use it to climb walls. Though your gas adapters don't have infinite use, you can refill them by collecting gas canisters. In total, there are 3 different gas adapters, but keep in mind that you can only have 1 at a time. Your health is represented by this heart, and you only have 4 hit points. Thankfully, you can often refill your health by picking up first aid kits. You're also able to collect diamonds and gold bars, but they just add to your points. Now, Darkwing Duck is not the hardest game ever, but it's certainly not the easiest. First time I played this, I was a little surprised at how much my ass got kicked, but eventually I did figure it out. I recommend keeping the arrow gas as long as possible, not only for its ability to reach higher areas, but because it also does a lot of damage to the bosses. Speaking of which, when it comes to the bosses, thankfully they don't disappoint. Like the rest of the game, they require you to utilize the game's mechanics. When you fight Quackerjack, you need to have a good understanding of jumping, clinging, and dropping off platforms. When you fight Moriarty, first shoot one of his machines. When it breaks, he'll fix it, and that's your chance to light him up. I absolutely love that they clearly put effort into this, as most bosses have unique and inventive designs. The controls work really well, but there was a bit of an adjustment period for me. Typically, when I jump in a 2D platformer, I tend to also hold up on the D-pad, which normally doesn't matter. In Darkwing Duck, even in the air he'll hold up his cape as a shield, which is awesome. But when you have your cape up, you can't shoot. So there's a few times where I meant to jump and shoot something, but didn't. Another thing that took a while was the platforming, and more specifically, the clinging and dropping from platforms. It works great, don't get me wrong, but there was a bit of a learning curve for me at least. Hidden throughout the game are bonus levels. To uncover them, you have to shoot them, but they're hidden, so you won't know where they are until you accidentally hit one. In the bonus schemes, you're able to obtain more items, whether it's gas, diamonds, gold, health, whatever. So, that's Darkwing Duck. It's a fantastic 2D action platformer with great graphics, great music, tons of charm, fun mechanics, and a solid difficulty. That's why I give Darkwing Duck for the NES a 9 out of 10. So if you haven't played this game, I highly recommend that you do. And if you've played it, I still recommend you play it. Play this no matter what. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give a like, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week.